YouTube, DK Baseball, A-Shot DK Baseball coming at you with a Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. This gameplay is not about the it's not about the gameplay. It's gonna be about someone probably everyone's heard of because he's been doing really good in the NBA. That's Jeremy LIN. Probably a lot of YouTubers know him because he's been like the top. He's been like the top, one of the top scorers lately, and I think he's a really good basketball player. I'm just gonna say that before I start this, but everyone's saying how he's like a potential Hall of Famer and like he's like not a ball hog, and I can agree with that, but and he's like scored, and he like holds the record for the most points, the most points to score in your first 4 games of starting. And he's in front of Shaquille O'Neal, Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan. But he's an overrated ball player. He's a good kid, good ball player. I'm sorry, but he's not. He's just not he's not. I don't see potential in him because when I watch him play, what I see is, I know he's from Harvard and all that. He's smart. He could have had a different future, like a lawyer, some that's not as paid as not as high paid as the NBA. But you chose to go with basketball because apparently that's his passion. And so I'm probably gonna get a lot of hatred for this, but he's just flat out overrated. I know I already said that, but it's just not the points and assists. That's really all he's been doing. He's been scoring and he's getting assists. You gotta score to win, but there's another aspect that's even more important than that, and it's defense. You can't win ball games without defense, and he hasn't been playing defense. He can't play defense. I could easily. I'm not gonna say that I could play. My offense would be his defense, but his defense is just atrocious. And players in the NBA can easily score on him, and it's not just defense. It's turnovers too. I think the other night he had about 9 turnovers and or 8 turnovers. And but he still scored a lot of points, so people still think that he had a good game. Well, I'm sorry, but just because you scored a ton of points doesn't make you automatically have a good game. It's a factor whether predicting or whether saying you had a good game, but if you're not playing good defense and you're turning the ball over, you might have had an opportunity to score in the game. You might have, for all you know, had 16 more points than you did. You might have had 16 more points than your team scored combined. And that turnovers and defense are what are really the deciding factors in the game. And if you don't agree with that, then you're probably just some guy that dribbles the ball up every time on off. You're probably just like a ball hog point guard that doesn't even follow the offense, and you just dribble the ball up and chuck it up. Well, that's you can't say that this guy is going to be this big future star and have all this potential when he can't even play good defense. And that's all I really have to say. So yeah, and I think he's a good ball player. I'm gonna say that right now. I think he has some potential, but he's just got to work on his offense and defense. See ya.